So the lecture for today is physiology of pregnancy. So as we all know that pregnancy is a very specialized function of the uterus, which leads to the development of a whole new or this newborn, right from a very single cell stage to a whole new fully formed fetus. This whole process occurs inside the uterus over a time period according to the gestation period of the different species. So pregnancy in animals, it is a actually result of evolutionary change, and also it is a process where there is altogether formation of a new organ called placenta, which helps in the pregnancy to go on successfully. And for a successful pregnancy to occur or to keep going during whole of the gestation, the coordination of the endocrine system with other physiological processes is very important. It plays a very important role. If there is any problem or imbalance in this endocrine uh, balance in the body, so the pregnancy can be terminated, or abortion may occur, or you can say there can be some kind of the birth defects in the newborn fetus, or there can be other anomalies as well. And also, this placenta also acts as an endocrine organ later during the pregnancy. So obviously, for this pregnancy to occur and to go on very successfully during whole of the gestation period, the uterus, which is the main organ uh, that carries the pregnancy, or you can say the fetus, so it needs to undergo various changes for this successful pregnancy to occur. As you can very well understand that this uterus acts as an incubator during whole of the pregnancy. It acts as an incubator जिसमें जो fetus है वो right from the single cell stage multiple cellular stages में pass करता है.
मैम आपकी आवाज बहुत धीमे आ रही है, धीरे धीरे आ रही है।
बहुत धीरे आ रही है. Okay. So, as I was telling you, that this uterus acts as an incubator for this fetal development, so that a fully formed newborn can be produced inside the uterus. And when the term completes, when the gestation period is over, a fully formed newborn is born. So, majorly, gonadal hormones act primarily on the uterus and help the uterus to undergo many changes which are required for this successful pregnancy to occur. And these changes actually they start well in advance. जैसे फर्टिलाइजेशन जब होती है उसके बहुत देर पहले से ही वो चेंजेस होना शुरू हो जाते हैं, क्योंकि विद दिस फॉलिकुलर डेवलपमेंट estrogen level rises during the proestrus phase that acts on the endometrium, और endometrium में changes आना शुरू हो जाते हैं. endometrial epithelium जो है उसकी proliferation होती है, that becomes more and more thick, so that in case in future if fertilization occurs, so the endometrium is very well prepared for carrying this pregnancy. Moreover, myometrium जो है uterus की, that also responds to the estrogen levels. So पहले initially क्या है, at the time of estrus जो myometrium है that is in contractile stage, तभी बिल्कुल टर्जिड और these curled horns मिलते हैं जब आप पर एग्जामिनेशन करते हो at the time of estrus. लेकिन जैसे ही estrus खत्म होता है, estrus phase over होता है, in case of cattle ovulation होती है, so with this ovulation there will be luteinization of the follicle and there will be production of corpus luteum. अब corpus luteum से there will be production of progesterone, which further acts in synergistically with the estrogen levels, और वो और additional changes endometrium as well as myometrium में bring out करता है. So with what changes in this endometrium further occurs, एक तो जो है कि endometrial thickness बढ़ती है, जो cellular layer है वो और thick होती है. दूसरा, there are endometrial glands present in the all over the endometrium. These glands initially are these straight. जैसे जैसे प्रोजेस्ट्रॉन और ईस्ट्रोजन का इफेक्ट होता है, ये फर्दर डेवलप होते हैं ये ग्लैंड्स जो प्रेजेंट है इन द एपिथेलियम, और they become coiled so that they can secrete more and more of thick mucus like material, which later on acts as a nutrient medium when the this zygote enters into the uterus. So what happens is, after ovulation, obviously there is development of corpus luteum, progesterone will be secreted from there, जिसकी वजह से there will be जो जैसे I said कि myometrium initially was in contractile stage, in turgid stage, धीरे धीरे under the effect of progesterone it becomes quiet, it becomes very flaccid and provides a favorable physical environment for zygote. So there is one term called uterine milk, जिसको आप यूट्रोट्रॉफ भी बोलते हो. It is secreted by the uterine glands. It is a you can say liquid kind of secretion. जो uterine tubule fluid है, is this is actually meant for providing nourishment to the pre-implantation zygote. Implantation हो जाएगी, placenta बन जाएगा, so there will be different many spots जहां से the embryo or the fetus will get the nourishment, and this you can say gas exchange or this removal of the waste products from the body of the fetus. लेकिन before implantation stage, pre-implantation stage में, this uterine milk is the only source of nourishment for the developing zygote. So the gestation can be divided into 3 phases broadly. One is period of ovum, then period of embryo, then period of fetus. So in case of cattle, first 15 days, taking day 0 as day of estrus. So day 0 to day 15 is period of ovum. 15 to 45 days, which is the most critical period, this is period of embryo, because most of the abortions, if at all occur, they occur during period of embryo, and this is very that's why it is very critical, because if during this phase, during the period of embryo, if somehow the animal is under stress, चाहे वो heat stress हो, चाहे physical stress हो, या किसी और तरह का stress हो, so there are maximum chances of abortion to occur. Abortion का हो या misconception का हो, आप दोनों terms चल सकती हैं. And later comes the period of fetus, which extends from 46 days up to the parturition, and it is the longest period of the gestation. So we'll discuss these phases one by one. First comes the period of ovum. Period of ovum begins exactly with the ovulation, because when ovulation occurs and if there is mating, so it will be followed by further changes that, which we read during the last class when we were discussing about fertilization and all the processes. So period of ovum starts right when ovulation occurs. It is followed by obviously union of male and female gametes. There will be formation of zygote, which initially survives on uterine milk or uterotroph, you can say. And zygote is one cell stage, because male और female pronuclei और उनका nucleus मिल गया था. Then a dizygote, this diploid single cell stage was there, which is called as zygote. This picture shows, this picture is actually of a zygote only. It is actually a larger in size. It has more of cytoplasm and less of nucleus. So there is low nucleus is to cytoplasmic ratio in this particular cell. So there is one very important and one very specialized term called cleavage. क्या होता है कि ये जो जाइगोट है इसमें फर्दर just to attain this ratio, because I told you it has a low nucleus is to cytoplasmic ratio. So to attain the normal ratio of a somatic cell, this zygote undergoes cellular divisions, which actually occurs without increase in cellular mass, means cell size same रहेगा लेकिन उसके अंदर ही divisions होंगी और multiple cells बनेंगे just to have normal somatic cell वाली nucleus is to cytoplasmic ratio. So this very particular process of uh, cellular division without an increase in actual cell mass, it is called as cleavage. So see, this is an ovum. So after fertilization, it becomes zygote. So this further continues to divide and it becomes a two cell stage. एक सेल से दो सेल्स बन गए, लेकिन it is somatic cell division या आप कह सकते हैं mitotic division, means the nuclear composition remains the same. Diploid cells ही होंगे ये. फिर ये क्योंकि longitudinal होती है, longitudinal axis पे होती है इसकी ये division, so two cells are formed. इसमें दोबारा से equatorial होगी तो four cells are formed. Then again these four cells divide into two and 8 cell stage is formed, then 16 cell stage and then 32 cell stage. So this 32 cell stage is called as morula. Why it is called as morula? Because it resembles the structure of a mulberry. आपने अगर शहतूत या मलबरी जो बोलते हैं अगर देखा हो तो it appears like this only. This is the true representation of a morula. So what happens during this cleavage is अलग अलग stages of cellular stages बनती हैं. So by the time this 16 cell stage is reached, it is reached within 4 days of ovulation, or you can say within 4 days of this estrus. So by the time 4 or 5 days are complete, it reaches uterotube. क्योंकि this zygote will be transported through the oviduct to, from the towards the uterus. So by the time 4 or 5 days are ended up, this zygote reaches uterotubal junction, जहां से वो further into the uterus it is passed. And as I told you previously as well, uterus is an incubator which has a sufficient production of uterine milk to support or to provide nutrition to this particular zygote. When I say that this zygote passes into the uterus, say for example, agar this fertilization does not occur, still in all the species, the ovum will be passed through the uterine tube towards the uterus. But in case of males, if there is no fertilization, the ovum will not be passed into the uterus, rather it will remain for months together in the this oviduct only. It won't be passed into the uterus. So it will remain into the oviduct only, where it takes months together to get degenerated, which is a dissimilarity from other species. So this is again a picture of showing different cellular stages. ये one cell stage थी 1 day post estrus, and with this cleavage process, it reaches after 3 to 4 days 8 cellular stage, then 32 cell stage at 5 to 6 days post estrus, and this morula further undergoes differentiation and there are changes. This the further division of cells takes place and there is production of a specialized cell which is called as blastula. Blastula में क्या होता है कि सेलुलर अरेंजमेंट चेंज होती है. ये आप अगर देख रहे हो एक डिस्क लाइक सेलुलर मास बनता है, दिस इज कॉल्ड एज इनर सेल मास, जिससे फर्दर इन फ्यूचर फीटस बनेगा. Or there is this layer surrounding the whole of the cell. This is called as trophoblast. and there is a cavity inside which is fluid filled. This is called as blastocele. So later, at 8 to 9 days post estrus, with this increased cellular mass and cellular fluid in this blastocele, this cell, which is surrounded by zona pellucida from outside, so this zona pellucida gets ruptured to release these cells. So the inner mass cells, they will form the fetus. They will be distributed as endoderm, mesoderm, and ectoderm. These three layers further develop into the fetus, into the different organs of the fetus. और ये जो ट्रोफोब्लास्ट है, ये जो इसकी आउटर दिस लाइनिंग थी, ये जो ट्रोफोब्लास्ट है, it will further expand and it will form the placenta in future. So this process of stretching and this rupturing of zona pellucida, it is called as zona hatching. जैसे हैचिंग प्रोसेस होती है नॉर्मल एग की, वैसे दिस इज कॉल्ड एज हैचिंग एंड द सेल इज कॉल्ड एज हैचिंग ब्लास्टोसिस. So by 8th day post ovulation, blastula is formed. There is formation of blastocele inside. और एक साइड पे जैसे आई हैव ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू रेफरिंग टू दैट पिक्चर, one inner cell mass this accumulates at one side of the which will later on form the embryo proper, or you can say fetus. This is called as, this disc like pattern of the cellular mass is called as inner cell mass. And as you have already seen, there is a thin single layer cell extended around the rest of the sphere, which is called as trophoblast, which will finally later on develop into extra embryonic membranes or fetal placenta. So by the time 3 weeks of the pregnancy they pass by, this blastocyst keeps moving freely into the uterus, क्योंकि अभी तक अटैचमेंट नहीं हुई है. So this pre-implantation blastocyst, or you can say embryo, it keeps moving freely into the uterus. And in case of males, this movement is almost 13 times a day. वो एक यूट्राइन हॉर्न से दूसरे यूट्राइन हॉर्न में आराम से it keeps moving freely. इसका अपना एक पर्पस है, just to get acclimatized with the uterus, or to prepare the uterus for future implantation to occur. So later on during this phase only, this blastocyst starts elongating to cover whole of the uterus. क्योंकि अगर एक ही साइड से अगर जो ये मोनोटोकस स्पीशीज हैं, इनमें सिंगल ओवरी से ओव्यूलेशन होगी, बट जो प्लेसेंटा बनेगा वो दोनों ही यूट्राइन हॉर्न्स में इक्वली डिस्ट्रीब्यूट होता है. ठीक है. So these developing membranes, they become elongated to conform to inner dimensions of the uterus. So these provide a large surface area for absorption of nutrient material from the uterine surface and permit the excretion of waste substance from the zygote. So next comes the period of embryo. After this ovum stage, embryo is formed and it lasts from 15 to 45 days in cattle, and it is characterized by the formation of organ system of the body. क्योंकि 3 layers बन जाएंगी, ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm, they will further develop and divide to form the different organ systems. There will be development of the embryonic membrane, and implantation will occur during this phase of this period of embryo. This implantation is also called as nidation. So these are this is a pictorial presentation of various cellular stages. ये ovum था, fertilization हुई, it becomes a zygote. Zygote में further जो है ये cellular division हुई, cleavage. So this zygote further develops into the embryo, which further develops all the organ systems and the proper shape and size of a fetus. And at the time of this gestation is complete, a fully formed newborn calf is produced. So during this phase of embryo, during the early period, जैसे 15 से 45 डेज हैं, तो जो 15 डेज के पास वाले डेज होंगे, उस टाइम पे न्यूट्रिशन कंटिन्यूज टू बी फ्रॉम uterine fluids by the time implantation occurs. So by the end of this period, obviously placenta is fully formed. It provides a firm attachment of the embryo to the whole surface of the uterus, and during this phase only appendages and the organs develop. So by the time this phase of embryo is over, a fully formed, all the structures are already formed, but the size will be very small. So next comes the period of fetus. इसमें क्या है कि already सारे organ systems, everything is already formed. Period of fetus में सिर्फ और सिर्फ size of the fetus increases so as to attain the normal size, जो भी एक normal birth size होना चाहिए fetus का, वो attain होता है, या newborn का. So this is the longest period in all species, and its length depends upon the gestation period of the different species. In case of cattle, this period of fetus, it extends from 46th day post estrus till parturition. या तो पूरी पार्चुरेशन तक जाएगा, या फिर बीच में अगर अबॉर्ट हो जाता है, दैट इज सेपरेट इशू, बट नॉर्मली पीरियड ऑफ फीटस इज कंसीडर्ड फ्रॉम 46 डेज ऑनवर्ड्स टू 283 या 280 डेज, जितना भी इसमें जेस्टेशन पीरियड होता है, 281 283 डेज होता है ना, तो तब तक कैरी होगा ये पीरियड ऑफ फीटस. So during this phase, obviously there are tremendous gross changes occur in the uterus for placenta and the fetus, because fetus is fully formed, but it will keep on increasing in size. With the increase in size of fetus, uterus का size बढ़ेगा, blood supply to the uterus will be increased. There will be development of these middle uterine arteries, which are majorly responsible for providing this blood supply to the uterus, and placenta भी धीरे 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 और ज्यादा ग्रो करेगा, कोटिलेडन का साइज और बढ़ेगा. तो मेजरली ये ग्रॉस चेंज, इसलिए लिखा है ग्रॉस. फिजियोलॉजिकल चेंजेस जो जो होने थे वो गए ड्यूरिंग द पीरियड ऑफ एम्ब्रियो एज वेल, बट ड्यूरिंग द पीरियड ऑफ फीटस ग्रॉस चेंजेस मेजरली इन द साइज एंड स्ट्रक्चर वो होते हैं. और क्योंकि ड्यूरिंग दिस फेज एज द साइज ऑफ द फीटस इज इंक्रीजिंग डे बाय डे, so the nutrient requirement of the fetus are high, so blood supply to the uterus will increase, placenta will become more specialized so as to fulfill the nutrient requirements of the growing fetus, and also this removal of the waste products which are being produced inside the fetal body. Okay, so that's all for today's lecture. If you have any query, you can ask me. So in the very next lecture, we will be studying about